Hey, what's up and hello? This is the Chris Nicole giving you my views on life, love, and the world of entertainment through my eyes. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, depending on what time you are watching this live. Hello, crew. Hope all is well. So, I wanted to give an update on the Fonnie Willis situation because I have talked about it. And so I wanted to get an update on what the judge said, what's going on with Trump co defendants, and what I have been noticing in the community as far as their reaction to Fonnie Willis. And I must say, I'm quite disturbed and annoyed about this situation. And we're going to talk about it. So, an update Judge Scott, I think his last name is McAfee, if I'm saying that correctly. He decided to split the baby. And what does that mean by split the baby? He pretty much gave Fonnie the option of saying, you can either stay on the Trump case or Nathan can stay on the Trump case. However, both of you guys can't stay on the case. Okay. So that was his actual ruling on the situation. He did say, and of course, this is not like verbatim, but he did say that her behavior was unprofessional, quite disturbing. So, for all of the people who thought, hey, she was giving life, she was doing all of this, sister girl stuff, and it was amazing on the stand, while it may have been entertaining, he said it was unprofessional, like so many other people have said it's unprofessional. We have attorneys who are on YouTube consistently, like the lead attorney and so many other attorneys who are Black, white, Asian, whatever the case may be, who are saying she was wrong with how she conducted herself on the stand. And clearly the judge implies that, and he agrees to it in his order. My opinion on his decision, in my opinion, is political. He's not trying to piss off the red or the blue. He definitely still has to maintain his position. I believe this is an election year also for them as well. So I was shocked, but I wasn't shocked with his decision because it's almost like he didn't make a decision. He put the ball back in Fonnie's court and said, you deal with this. I've given my opinion on it, but you deal with it. Hey, I'm sorry, Vanna. Hey, Vanna. Hope all is well. So he pretty much said, you take care of this. A lot of people say it was cowardly. Again, you guys, we're in an election year. As you guys know, in an election year, we see a lot of stuff go down. A lot. I think it was political. Was it right or wrong? It was political. Now, with that being said, once he gave his decision, Nathan Wade sent a letter to the district attorney's office and said, I bow out. Now, I would like to know if he still keeps that money, that $650,000. Now, I don't know if he got it in payments or they put all of that in his account even before, they actually went to court. But I would like to know if he's getting a return or they're like the Fulton County is getting a return of that money. If someone knows that information, by all means, please let me know. And Fonnie responded back by accepting that he was, pretty much quitting. And the more and more that I listen to legal professionals who have no dog in this fight, who are really just stating the facts, the more I'm disgusted by this situation because, one, Nathan Wade, from my understanding, had no felony experience. He had never tried allegedly a felony case before, and this was a felony case. That's one. Allegedly also, she paid him more than all the other prosecutors that she had on this trial, the Trump trial. So you give him all of this money, but your other team doesn't get the same amount of money allegedly, and you give it to him, and he doesn't even have the experience. So in my opinion, it was not only a slap in the face to the taxpayers, but a slap in the face to also people on her team. With that being said, I think what annoys me in this situation is that as a Black woman, I get sick and tired of people making it seem as if you don't blindly support someone because they look like you, that makes you a traitor. Fani Willis, in my opinion, what she did was unethical and wrong. Was it illegal? No. But she is in public service. And in public service, it is her duty to make sure that she upholds the law, the ethics that she claimed that she was going to uphold. She's supposed to do all of that for the sake of the public, the taxpayers who pay for her to do her job. All right. Now, some are saying give her grace. Maybe she didn't know that this was wrong. I did some research, and from my understanding, not only when she gets sworn in office, she's allegedly aware of all of this stuff. They give yearly, if not more than maybe a couple of times throughout the year, reminders of the ethical code. So that's what I'm hearing. So from my understanding, there's no way she did not know that her having this relationship with Nathan Wade and hiding it, so to speak, and not telling anyone, there's no way that she couldn't have possibly known that it was wrong. And this whole let's give her grace. This woman, in my opinion, just based off of her resume, has had grace her entire life. She has been able to make accomplishments that a lot of people in life and in general who look like her have not been able to accomplish. One, she has a father who is very educated. I think he went to UCLA Law. And she ended up going to one of the most prestigious historical Black colleges and universities. Her father, like she said, the only man who has fully paid her bills is her daddy. Her daddy probably paid for her education, went to one of the top law schools, Emory University, which I think is still a top 25 law school, if I'm not mistaken. She has definitely had so many accolades and success that she has had in her career. She is definitely, like, her resume is impressive. This woman has had a lot of grace in her lifetime, but there's no way that you can tell me that as a Black woman, she doesn't understand that she always has to make sure that she crosses every T and dot every I, because people are always going to look at her. I mean, this is just my opinion, but there's no way. Could this have been arrogance? Could this have been desperation? I don't know. But what I do know is this. She was just at a women conference, I want to say on the 10th of March, if I'm not mistaken. I think this was like right after, maybe right before the ruling. And all of these women, all of these people are praising her, celebrating her. I was on the lead attorney's page not too long ago, and literally there was two women and a man celebrating that, you know, she was able to get off. They was toasting to it. And I'm just thinking, at what point can we say, look, sister, I love you as a fellow Black woman, but at the same time, you wrong as hell for what you're doing. You're wrong as hell for what you did. Like, why does it have to be all or nothing? And that's my issue. Why do we have a situation where just because she is a Black woman, you just ignore all the things that she did that was wrong? And maybe the people who are up there don't care because it's not their tax dollars that are going to all of the stuff that she did. But why does it have to be, oh, because she's Black, I'm going to blindly support her just because? I think that is the dumbest shit ever. Morals and integrity should come first. It should, before color. And if morally she's doing something wrong, ethics wise, she's doing something wrong, then she needs to be called out on it. And I'm sorry, this is not the race car. This is one of those situations where, in my humble opinion, this has nothing to do with race. It has to do with stupidity, maybe people thinking they're above the law, and maybe thinking they wouldn't get caught. Now, I'll say this in regards to the judge not really making a decision. I personally think this is going to do more harm than good for Fonnie. And I think she knows that, which is why she's kind of on this campaign to make sure that her reputation is intact when it comes to Fulton County and the people in Fulton County, because we're dealing with Trump and his co-defendants. They have already filed an appeal, appealing against what the judge ruling was. And I guess the judge is actually accepting the appeal, but they're still saying that the Trump case is going to continue. Now, some are saying that Trump and Trump co-defendants are filing an appeal because it will prolong the actual date. So then that way they're thinking that maybe allegedly if he does win the election, they can just apparently throw away the case. But I do know that Governor Kemp, if I'm not mistaken, of Georgia, just filed some law. He put something into place in Georgia. In my opinion, they coming after Fonnie. The fact that they did not say you are DQ'd from this case, they are going to come at her every way they possibly can. And I think she knows it. I think she knows it. So at this point, she's playing that race card. She's playing that gender card. She's doing everything she can to make sure the community is behind her. But I see no humility. I see no accountability. I just see a woman who is constantly saying that everyone else is wrong and everyone else is attacking her because of her being a Black woman. She's not taking accountability. And what does that say to young Black women who are trying to be attorneys in the future? Like, this does not look good. It doesn't. And honestly, in my personal opinion, I don't look at him any better, Nathan Wade. I resonate with Fonnie Willis because she's a Black woman and I'm a Black woman. But Nathan Wade, in my opinion, is a piece of shit. In my opinion, I feel like he used her. That's my opinion. He used her. From my understanding, based on people's research, he was down on his luck as far as money in his bank account. And he got with her and things started looking up. So as far as I see it, he is no better in this situation. But he literally doesn't have as much to lose. Now, of course, he can lose his license, but a fall from grace is Fonnie Willis being a DA, losing her job and her license versus a guy who apparently was a judge in ticket court. Sorry, y'all, there's a difference. I mean, he did accomplish getting his law degree, but I mean, damn, which one is going to truly fall from grace? Who's truly going to take a stumble based on titles here? I'm just saying. Now, one thing about her, I think her name is Ashley. Oh gosh, I forgot her name. Ashley Mix something. She did a great job. She really did. Like, she definitely, the way that she broke things down in her research was absolutely amazing. And I have had people attack me just by simply saying she did a damn good job. Why you taking her side? I'm taking the truth side. F that. I'm taking the truth side. And let me ask y'all this. If Ashley was Black, if the judge was Black, because Atlanta, the city, is still majority Black. Let's just say all of the attorneys in this situation were Black and the judge was Black. Would y'all be saying the same thing? Would y'all be saying Team Fonnie? Just asking. Because in this situation, All I see is a DA who truly effed up and potentially effed up her career for a man who didn't have the credentials, who was not worth it. That's all I see. She just so happens, of course, to be a Black woman, which makes it more disappointing for me because, of course, naturally, I want us to win, but I want us to win in the most ethical way. I don't want us to win by any means necessary doing crazy stuff like that when most of your taxpayers who are probably Black in Fulton County, you are allegedly misusing their money. And Nathan Wade allegedly, because come to find out, Nathan Wade would bill allegedly Fulton County would bill them just by going into court and looking at other people work. Apparently, he used to go into court, look at other people work their cases, and then bill the county. Allegedly, that's what he did, according to Ashley and other attorneys. So we're dealing with some very shady ass practices here. That's all I hear. That's all I hear, and that's all I see. And unless someone can provide me with other facts, not emotions, but facts, I'm highly disappointed in Fonnie. I'm highly disappointed in Nathan, and I'm highly disappointed in people who are truly trying to make her out as if she's some type of demigod who's being attacked. She got attacked because of her own negligence and her stupidity. That's just what it is. And I would have loved to see some humility from her to say, this was a rough road, but I promise you guys that, you know what I'm saying, I've learned from my mistakes. It's going to get better. I haven't heard any of that. I haven't. She's still kind of walking with that same arrogance like she did when she walked into the court and took the stand. So I just wanted to vent about this because I feel like I'm in the Matrix. I feel like I'm in a Twilight Zone. Like, do people understand reality at this point? Do people understand right from wrong? Are we that emotional to where we refuse to see the facts in a situation simply because someone emotionally got to you? Like, the facts are the facts. I would be pissed off if I lived in Fulton County. I'll tell you that much. And let's not forget Fulton County, as far as the cost of living and so much other stuff. I mean, the US in general, everything is going up, but I've constantly been hearing that Atlanta, the inflation, the prices of like apartments, homes is like insane at this point. So imagine you struggling to make it and you hear that your own DA, who's supposed to serve the public, is allegedly involved in some bullshit. I mean, there's no nice way to put it. And so I would love to hear, and we're going to see if this is actually going to happen. I would love to hear from people in the chat or in the comment section, especially people who are Team Fonnie. Outside of her being a Black woman, why are you Team Fonnie? Why are you Team Fonnie? Let me know, because I'm tired of that whole give her grace. This woman sounds like she's had grace most of her life. People would have loved to have been in her position in so many ways. I mean, she has a father who was a professional. He was an attorney making money, who was able to take care of her, and I think she has siblings. So, you know, she has definitely been more blessed than a lot of people out there. She's had grace her entire life. And because of that, she should have just been more aware that she could easily get attacked for the things that she does. And maybe, just maybe, that peen wasn't worth it. Just maybe. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying that you need to admit everything, but at least come with some humility and understand that you can tell people that you've made some mistakes. But hey, I'm gonna try my best to push forward. But she's truly making it seem like it's an attack on her because she's a Black woman. And that's bullshit. I mean, I know when people have attacked me and others based off of race and race alone and being a Black woman. Sorry, this is not the case. It's not. In my opinion, it's not. But if you have a difference of opinion, by all means, share it. Let's have a real conversation in the comments below, because most people that I see that are attorneys and people who have professional careers and they have a lot to lose, all of them, for the most part, are saying that Fonnie is wrong. I've only seen maybe one or two people who actually have professional degrees and professional careers who have just been Team Fonnie no matter what. And I don't know, y'all. I just feel like at this point, sometimes I just want to crawl in a hole and not deal with people, because I just don't understand the delusions and people making excuses for something that is clearly wrong and unethical. And everything doesn't have to be illegal for it to be wrong. When you're in public service, there's an ethics code that you have to stand by. And she didn't stand by it based on what we are hearing and what the rules are. Accept it. But you can still love her. I don't hate Fonnie. Hell, I don't know Fonnie. But I can say I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed in how this was handled, because who's to say that now this could affect other Black women who wanted to be DA in Fulton County? You never know. Like, she could have messed it up for other women who want to be DA, not just in Fulton County, but in other counties and states and cities as well. Like, it's ridiculous. But you guys, let me know what you think about this situation. When I saw all of the praises she was getting, they were celebrating her. Apparently, they was playing like all types of music for her. Like, she literally was like she just won the election. That's the way they were carrying on. Like, oh, she gets to stay on the Trump case. And another thing too, for those who hate Trump, that should not also be a reason why you're Team Fonnie. Like, that's another excuse that I just can't go with either. And I know a lot of people hate Trump. Honestly, I am not. If I hate to talk about politics, but hell, it is what it is. I'm not Team Red nor Team Blue. I have no blind loyalty to either of them. I'm just not that person. So for those who hate Trump so much, who literally is like, well, I hate him so much, I don't want him in office, Team Fonnie, come on, y'all. With the facts that they gave you, with what was presented and what she did, at the end of the day, can you admit that she was wrong? And can you admit that at this point she needs to be held accountable? And the community can still embrace her and tell her she's wrong as hell. Because at this point, who's to say that other people may try to say that if she lied on this, what did she do to prosecute people? Like, this can be a really big thing from my understanding. This would get to the point where people may even question, their charges. They can question their cases just simply because of her being unethical with this situation. This can be a big thing. And the fact that he decided not to DQ her, oh man, I truly think, especially this election year, I think it's not over for Fonnie. And she's trying to get everybody in the community to follow her regardless on what they say about her. Regardless. And that, in my opinion, is scary. That we blindly follow people simply because of, I call, pigment politics and emotions. I'm not just going to blindly follow someone because they're a fellow Black woman. I'm not going to blindly follow someone because we may have some of the same backgrounds, or I'm emotionally connected to their trauma, or whatever the case may be. I'm just not going to do it. The facts need to be presented, bottom line. So with that being said, you guys, let me know what you think. I just had to vent about this. People wanted to know what I thought about the update when it comes to Fonnie. Now, again, Trump's co-defendants, they actually appealed it. It's not over. Just like I said with Diddy, it's not over. It's not over. We shall see what's going to happen within the next couple of months. But yeah, I have a feeling that they're going to come after her even harder. I think that it would have been much easier DQing her versus letting her decide, because now, in my opinion, they're going to try to attack her at all angles. And here's the thing, I wish all of them the best, everyone down from Fonnie to the judge to Nathan. I may not like how they did things. I don't like how things went down, but I don't wish bad on anyone. But at the same time, we all have to be held accountable for the things that we do and our actions. We all do. I don't care what race you are. We all have to be held accountable. And at this point, I think they're going to force in any type of way that she's going to be held accountable for the relationship that she had with Nathan, and allegedly some other things as well that's coming out about her, and the things that she did in the DA's office with grant money allegedly and all this other stuff. I think she has truly opened up Pandora's box. But what do you guys think? Please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you on my next video. Toodles.